Hi, Linda Sturdivant here, and I want to start by saying thank you so much for all the great questions and comments and ideas that you shared with our first video on filling your calendar for $10 or less. It was really exciting to see all the enthusiasm about that idea and hear about how you're going to implement that in your business. Well, today I'd like to talk to you about cancellations. Have you ever had your calendar and you flip it over to a new month only to find that it's completely filled? Whether you want to do one party a week or 12 parties a month, it's a great feeling to have that calendar filled at the beginning of the month. Only to have phone calls and text messages and emails from hostesses canceling their parties. That can be so discouraging. As a direct sales professional myself, I quit my job and started to depend on my direct sales income. At that point, I realized it was crucial to eliminate or at least drastically reduce cancellations in my business. And so I came up with a system to do that. I'd like to share that with you today. First, let's talk about why do hostesses cancel their parties. Well, most of the time, a hostess will book her party at a party. She's having a great time, she sees how much fun everyone in the room is having, and she wants to provide that experience for her friends. And so she says yes to booking a party. She grabs the hostess packet, walks out, goes home, and as she walks in the door, life hits her in the face, right? The kids aren't put to bed, the dishes are done, or maybe it's just late and she needs to get to bed. In any case, she throws the hostess packet on the counter and heads off to bed. She gets up the next day, she goes to work, collects the mail, comes in the house, throws the mail on top of the hostess package, and guess what, ladies? Your hostess has totally forgotten she booked a party at this point. And so at some point, a week or so from the party, she suddenly panics and realizes she needs to invite some people. And that really doesn't work. People don't want to come to a party just because someone is panicking. So she gets very few people there, or she ends up canceling her party. So how can we turn this experience around? The secret to eliminating cancellations is to keep your hostess excited long enough to invite her guests. So how do you do that? Step number one is when you're doing your initial hostess coaching, when she says yes to booking a party, you want to include the following. So I'll call you on Tuesday to get your guest list, because it's not a party without guests, right? And nod your head. She will agree. It's not a party without guests. So make an appointment to follow up with her within the first 3 to 4 days to get that guest list and make sure she's getting her invitations out. The second step is the next day. You're going to actually do step 2 and step 3 on the next day. First of all, you're going to grab a thank you note and you're going to write her a very nice thank you note. And you want to include the following. I'm so excited about your party. I'm really looking forward to providing a fun experience for your guests, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday to get your guest list. Put that in the envelope, address it, send it off in the mail, and then at the same time pick up the phone, call her and leave a message on her voicemail with the exact same information. I'm so excited about your party. We're going to have a wonderful time. Your guests are going to have so much fun, and I'll be talking to you on Tuesday to get your guest list. Then, of course, as you might guess, step 4 is call her on Tuesday and get the guest list. Now, what do I mean by get the guest list? What I mean by get the guest list is make sure she has made a guest list and she has sent her invitations. Even if the party is pretty far away, get her to send a save the date. You want her inviting people while she's excited about the party. That's the critical ingredient to reduce cancellations. If she has not made her guest list, encourage her to grab a piece of paper and write the word Frankie, F-R-A-N-K-I, down the left-hand margin. Or if you have another tool that you use in your business, use that. But this is a very popular tool that you can use, and then have her write down the names of her friends that she wants to invite to the party. For the R is relatives, A is acquaintances, and so forth, and have her go down the whole list: friends, acquaintances, neighbors, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, so that would be parents of kids, and I for internet, okay? So have her write down a list of all the people from those categories that she wants to invite, discuss with her how to get the invitations out, and then make an appointment with her to make sure that she has gotten those invitations out. I always encourage her to put me on the guest list so I can see that the invitations have gone out, because I get one, right? And if you can do an invitation where you can actually see the guest list, that's really helpful. Now, compare the experience of the hostess with this particular strategy compared to the previous one, which was waiting until the last minute to invite her guests. So she's at the party and she says, okay, sure, I'll talk to you on Tuesday to get the guest list, and she goes home. She throws the hostess packet on the counter. The next day she throws the mail on it. She'd forgotten that she booked a party. She checks her voice messages, and lo and behold, there you are. Thank you so much for hosting a party. I'm so excited for you and your friends. And what you've done here is you've just waved a little bit of oxygen onto that flame of excitement about hosting a party. So she thinks, oh yeah, that's right, I'm going to make the guest list. The next day she gets home from work and she gets the mail, and she has this beautiful hand-addressed envelope. I mean, how many hand-addressed envelopes in the shape of a card do you get nowadays? So it piques her curiosity. She opens that up. She sees, oh my gosh, that's right, I'm doing the guest list. I'm going to talk to her on Tuesday. Again, this keeps her excited, keeps making the guest list on her mind. And then when you call her on Tuesday, of course, she either has the guest list or you help her walk through it. This is going to create an incredible party for her because, number one, she'll get more guests there because she's inviting them with enough time for people to know when they're available, and she's going to have amazing sales, and the party will be a whole lot more fun. So really, you're not only helping yourself by eliminating cancellations, but you're really helping your hostess get the most from her party. So this is a strategy that I used consistently in my direct sales business, and I am absolutely sure it is one of the key ingredients that kept my calendar full and allowed me to do 12 to 14 parties a month, earn 7 straight incentive trips, and a variety of other wonderful things. So I'd really like to hear what you think about this strategy for yourself. So make sure and put your comments down below, any questions you might have, and I'd especially like to hear how you feel this would fit into your business. Questions, comments, any other challenges, all great things to contribute, and I really appreciate it. In the meantime, I'm going to be preparing the next video to help you. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, it would be great not to have any cancellations, but how about if I don't have any parties on my calendar? Or I just have a few? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's what we're going to be talking about in our next video. So stay tuned, watch your email, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much.